When insulating a roof, especially a low slope roof, there's a number of factors that have to be considered. One of them is that you need to be able to walk on the product while you're installing it, and so it needs to have a certain amount of strength and resiliency. Another concern is that you need to be able to pour hot asphalt or chemical adhesives to attach the roof membrane to the insulation product. Stone wool can be made at a density that's high enough to make it strong enough to walk on, and it is completely inert to chemicals and heat, and therefore all kinds of roofing membranes can be easily bonded to it. In many situations, we also have to worry about the fire performance of our roof. And of course, having a product made of stone means it doesn't burn very well. And therefore, stone wool can be used to meet that requirement in an outstanding manner. In the low-slope commercial roofing business, polyisocyanurate, or polyiso, is the completely dominant insulation product. It has decent R value, and you can walk on it, and high temperature resistance. However, recently it has been found that its R value isn't nearly as high as specifiers once thought. Stone wool, which maintains its R value and even enhances it as the temperatures get colder, can actually outperform polyiso in many low-slope roofing applications. Often the economic option is to use a layer of polyiso on the lower level and a stone wool insulation on the upper level to create what's called a hybrid roof, a roof that takes full advantage of stone wool's low temperature high R value and takes advantage of polyiso's room temperature R value. If you choose to use polyiso in your low slope roof, it would be best to protect the polyiso from temperature extremes by providing a layer of stone wool insulation on top. Perhaps 50% of the R value should be stone wool and 50% polyiso. This would be an application that would work exceedingly well in cold climates. Thermal bridging is also a concern for roofs. Although we don't have Z-bars or Z-bars passing through the insulation, we do have metal fasteners that penetrate through and can provide a small amount of heat loss. More concerning would be if there would be a joint between the insulation boards that would open up. In some situations, the expansion and contraction of the roofing insulation can open up joints of 1/4 of an inch or more between boards, and heat can flow and air can flow through these joints. Stone wool insulation is incredibly dimensionally stable and do not form these types of joints due to thermal cycling. Some rigid foam insulations are blown with special gases, which over time will leak out. As this gas leaks out, the R value deteriorates over time. To allay industry concerns with this physical reality, warranties have been offered by numerous companies. In polyiso, it's common to provide a 20-year warranty, or extruded polystyrene, a 30-year warranty. However, both of these types of products often will acknowledge a 10 to 20% loss over that time span, which is the time span that a roof should last. Stone wool insulation, since it contains only air, does not have degraded in performance over the long term, and the R value when you purchase it will be the same R value as in 30 years.